Humans, delighted welcome. Glad that you could join us. I'm sorry. I've been so busy today. I haven't gotten a chance to go through my mail, so I know it's rather rude. But I'm just gonna go ahead and open at least one piece of mail. Let's see here. This looks like it's from Charlie Stickney. I don't know who that bitch is. Who the fuck is that? All right, let's peel this thing open. Just gonna
This trash out of here.
Just gonna dip a finger in here. Let's see. It's like 91% wood pulp, 7% ink, 2% unobtainium, 1% trace elements. All right, let's just open this up here. My goodness, what are these? I don't recognize any of this content. What could it be? Is that Connor? Is that your name on this? Is this the game Volume 1? Art
Yes,
by
sir.
conorhughes?
Yep, writing by Charlie.
And extended Patreon rewards? Oh
That's
my
right.
goodness. Who knew that this would arrive today?
Who but W.E. Mason?
Friends. I'm so glad I took the time to open exactly one piece of art that was incredibly relevant to this show. What were the odds that of my 22 pieces of outstanding mail would be the one thing we needed for this show? You know,
Lower than a crit. Lower than a crit chance.
speaking of conorhughes, let's talk about someone who wants to be conorhughes. McComicker.
Hi, I'm McComicker. It is my lifelong dream to wear Connor Hughes' skin around like a tuxedo.
All right,
And
that's
build towers.
real weird.
That got weird.
It's gonna get even more weird next week.
Oh, it's gonna be so
Oh
good.
my god, it's gonna be great.
But yeah, I am also a comic artist like Connor Hughes, although I would say not as good as Connor Hughes. Well, I would say, let's say, good in a different direction.
He's a
Listen,
brilliant comic artist.
Mick, I have to tell you, first off, Spaff Visit Nova Ward, the ending of the first episode, hugely shocking to me, all right? That kind of dark content, the dark humor, can only be displayed by you. Number two, the idea of wizards rolling back how old alcohol is. Brilliant. Literally brilliant.
I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Shoot fireballs at people.
Yeah, but that's a lot of work.
What do you mean by
It's
rolling
not that
back?
much work. It only takes 6 seconds.
So they went back in time and reinvented alcohol for the.
No, it's making bad alcohol good again by rolling back how.
Yeah, that's what Mortrick does. In this little comic called Rovers that I successfully funded through Kickstarter, copy is still available. If you would like to reach me, I stream here on Twitch about as often as Connor does. But you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at McComicker.
I don't know that any of you stream anymore at a time that I can ever watch.
I'm getting back into it.
Okay,
Soon.
well, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, please do. Please do. I expect nothing more.
But if you're looking for something a little more exclusively D&D themed, then I would direct you to robSHEPart.
Who's that? All right. Hi, guys. This is robSHEPart. I draw D&D creatures, monsters, and stuff like that. I'm trying to get my Wonder Draft all set up so that I can draw some maps online tonight instead of some characters, because that's going to be the beginning of my world building, literally starting tonight, perhaps. So
Cool.
I don't know. That's all I got. It's going to be a long road, I think.
Maps are essential. When I saw that map of AP's world last week, I realized how much I need maps to just like spatially, mind map out where things are.
I agree. I need maps. I can't believe people play games without any maps in their world.
I was
So
really trying to
we'll do
bait
that.
all of you into making the map for me, but it did not work. I'm all down with spatial awareness, however.
I made a map for the Kickstarter, and it was a terrible experience. Next time, I will be hiring out the map making.
It is tough to find map makers and environmental artists. That is not an easy task. For those of you watching on YouTube, you can get a look at the map that I drew, and it's key in the description section on YouTube. If you're watching live, well, you're fucked. Watch the intro on YouTube.
So that's all I had. I'll pass it on to Cotton.
Hi, I'm Cotton. I doodle and stuff. You can see me on AP's Thursday and Tonight Show, and then I'm also on the Monday board game cults, which will be released when he has vacations, I believe.
When I feel like it.
Whenever he feels like it. And then I'm on Ponder the Mad stream on Sunday nights.
Oh, what's Pondo do?
There's a word for it.
Pond of the Mad. Correct me if I'm wrong, Cotton. Pond of the Mad is streaming a Gestalt Dungeons and
That's
Dragons
the word.
5th edition game called Hunters of Hunters
Hunters of Ulverin.
You listen, I knew it was over, but I have been
Oh.
looking for a chance to say Oogle Bloogle Loogle for it, and it disappoints me I didn't get to do it with Hondo around, but
Just do it again Thursday. I don't think he watches the show. He won't know.
he just heard you say it out loud.
He didn't hear me say the other part.
Okay. It's got to be a very confusing
I don't
conversation.
even think he
for
heard me say
Hondo.
that because he doesn't seem to be paying attention right now.
Okay. Hunters
Now
of
he
Ulver.
is, but I don't think he heard it before.
Cotton, you were joined by Atomic Spoon and some other guy in playing a Witcher-style monster slaying campaign where you go around with your Gestalt abilities and investigate monster crimes and then make them do monster time in the grave.
That is correct.
Sounds fun.
And that's Sundays at 8 Eastern?
Yep.
At twitch.tv/Pond of the Mad?
Correct.
And you're on that show?
I am.
All right. Sorry to interrupt your intro. I just wanted to help fill you in on the thing you participated in.
I think we can go to Connor because I think Mick went after you introduced you his book.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good. Well, thank you, Cotton. Yeah, hey everyone, I'm conorhughes. You can check me out on Twitch. Thanks, AP, for the intro for the book. Yeah, I got it last week. So I think it came out really nice. We used the same printer.
Okay, Connor. No
Yeah.
need to be narcissistic.
I mean, I don't do the printing, so I can say that. I think the colors came out really good. Fiona did a fantastic job. And we use, like I was going to say before, we use the same printer as Scout uses for their book, so it's a real professional print. So I think people will be happy with it. That's the big news for me this week. Anything else? I mean, I did watch Joker. That was pretty good. Has anyone seen Joker? I liked it. I mean, Joaquin does a great job, I think, as an actor on it.
I mean, I feel like I have zero interest in Joker.
It's a very dark movie, so if you want, it's not for if you want like that popcorn Marvel experience. It's not going to be that. It's very different than that. I also saw
Marvel experience. You mean the 22 movie epic that has thrilled and delighted Americans and people from all around the globe for almost 10 years?
It's not either or. You could like both.
No, you can't like DC movies. They're
absolutely
fucking
not.
garbage.
Absolutely not. You cannot like both, Connor.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
I mean, this hardly even counts as a DC movie in the same vein as the other DC movies because it seems to
Wonder
be
Woman was
This one
all
is
right.
good.
Wonder Woman was acceptable, except for the fact that every evil female villain got away with their crimes without punishment, and every male villain was brutally murdered, which I think is a weird take, but
yeah, I can't.
Connor's doing the
movie
math on that one. Didn't notice that fact.
I can't remember that movie well enough to remember like
Well, let's just put it this way: if you were a male villain, you were probably stabbed to death.
But it was mainly just the one guy. He was the main villain. That was
There
it,
were like
right?
3 main villains.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then there
yeah.
were all of the people she stabbed to death in a trench.
Yeah,
but they're
those are
just-
Germans.
they're just
And
soldiers.
They're just German. Jesus.
Just Nazis.
No, they weren't.
No, they
they're
weren't
not
Nazis. It was
They're
World War One, right?
Yeah,
They were
yeah, sorry,
Nazis.
sorry.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
part of the Triple Entente.
It's just my knee-jerk World War.
No, wait, sorry. I think it might have been the Triple Alliance. Yeah. Triple Alliance is Germany. Triple Entente is Britain, France, and Russia, or something like that.
I also watched Blade of the Immortal. Anyone see that or read the manga? That was very good.
Never
You
even
never
heard
read that
of it.
one? Oh, it's really good. Sort of like a killer who can't die because this lady gives him bloodworms, and so basically the bloodworms heal him every time he gets hurt, and then he's tasked with bodyguarding a young girl who asks him to help.
I understand. I don't know much about Sekiro, but that sounds like the plot to Sekiro.
I don't know Sekiro.
Here's what I know what Sekiro's plot is. You are an immortal ninja who failed to protect their master and now has to go get them back, I guess. I think
Oh,
that's
the
what it is.
game Sekiro. Yeah, you're there. You're after the divine heir, the prince, basically. So yeah, it's very different. Blade of the Immortal is more like a revenge story.
Like How I Killed Your Master.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that's it for me for this week.
All right. We got anything in particular we want to talk about, friends?
Those are my two potential subjects.
I know. I just sometimes people have things that they want to bring up to the group.
Nope, I'm good.
Negative.
Ready to waste some Captain Blackbeard.
I like your confidence in assuming that you will get far enough to reach him. I suppose it's not impossible. You all do have magic.
But can we do it in the last 30 minutes of the show when we're done with all the RP?
I was going to say, I was actually hoping we'd wrap up early today because I wouldn't say I feel like death, but I would say that I'm very seriously... Oh no! Did something happen to cameras? It did. Cameras moved. That's never happened before.
I'm in the same spot.
Yes, you are. I don't know. Connor and Cotton switched. How did this dark magic work? Alright, well, that's fine. I can fix it really quickly. It's just that we're going to have a new camera order next week. Well, we have a new camera order every week. Wait.
Did you say Connor and I were in the wrong spots?
Yes, you both switch places. It's fine.
Because on my screen that I've got the Twitch pulled up, I was in Mick's spot, and Mick was in my spot. And now I'm in Connor's spot, and Connor's in my spot.
No, it's all fixed now.
But now
We're
it's
good.
delayed, so it's...
Look, the delay is surprisingly short. Using the power of Twitch and science and a stable internet connection.
I just looked over, and the only thing I could see on my little Twitch chat was Connor saying, "Hi, Samantha," and it really threw me off. But there's another person named Samantha in the chat.
Look, I'm not saying I want to have a game with all the people I know that are named Sam. But if Samantha Branch wanted to join Swargula, Cottontailed, and Wisefool one day, and then we would play Whose Sam Is It Anyway? Where we play a game of D&D, but I only address people by the name Sam, and you have to figure out by context clues and voice inflection who it is I'm talking to. I really, really want to do it one day after the day. What was it? 4 Michaels I've had once. Maybe it was 5 Michaels on one show. What a trip. What a trip. All right. Intros done. 14 minutes. Amazing. As expected of our brilliance. You know what else is brilliant? Me spending the entire time not drawing this map that Connor requested.
I mean, I could always start on the map next week. It's all good.
You all find yourself in the Hall of Key. Key, of course, is her shorthand name. Her longer name is... I have it here. A court unto itself. In Key's court, you find a number of rooms of pleasurable decorum. Nice soft beds, lots of pillows and blankets. Rugs along the walls to subdue any sound. Tasteful lighting, I would say protocol and decorum are at top tier here. And it's always rather dim lighting, you know. It's never too bright, but it's also never too dark. It's that perfect level of lighting. 57 degrees Fahrenheit at all points in every room. Each room subdivided. You come out to the large circular foyer from which all room spokes can be reached. What one would call brunch spread has been set out. Understandably, certain members of the party are old and wake up at their own time. Low blood sugar, low blood pressure, always a problem. Don't want to have to serve them lunch after not serving them breakfast. So we're talking hams, eggs, croissants, continental breakfast favorites, mushrooms. I was lying about the ham and eggs thing. They don't have that here. It's mushrooms. It's mole meat. It's bread made out of acorns. Acorn flour. Yeah, it's some weird stuff, but it's different. It has a taste to it and a texture to it that you're not used to, but it's good. Ish. Are you drawing Lil Ashe right here?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Connor.
Why not?
Mick, did you tell him?
No, I didn't. I didn't say shit.
It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be amazing.
Oh shit! I think I already know what's going to happen. Okay.
I love it. I love how his face, the definition level of his face drops with his age. I assume at old age he'll have a very pronounced high definition face. You know, we're talking vectored pixels, dozens of wrinkles, individual hairs on his eyebrows.
Yeah, I mean that's how it works in real life, right?
I'm about to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Some babies have weird faces.
Oh, don't go there.
I know.
Don't go
I know.
there.
There's a lot of parents in this stream. Cotton spends a lot of time around babies, but as you may know, kids freak me out. They're like little tiny shit devils that pee everywhere.
That is true.
Yeah, that's how they operate.
Luckily, some people have really adorable babies.
Listen, Connor, I'm sure that your kid is different from everybody else's kid.
Oh yeah.
It probably looked just as much like Winston Churchill as the rest of them.
Mick knows what I'm talking about. Oh my god. Just go ahead and do some role playing. You guys are all in a big room full of food.
Ashe is tucking in and getting ready to pack in some food for the road before heading out.
Oh my god. Ashe is literally that guy that goes to a brunch buffet, stuffs some muffins in his pockets, sets aside the little Kellogg's boxes, stuffs them in the back pouch.
I'm also the guy that goes into a gallery and makes sure to hover near the near the free food table and the drinks.
Well, look, listen, you're the artist. You already you know what that art looks like. You drew it.
Well, I'm not talking about my gallery. I'm talking about someone else's gallery. But anyway, yeah, I digress. But yes, Ashe is tucking in. It's fresh food, so
It's so
good for the
fresh.
road.
And so clean. Some have mentioned.
He likes pillows.
When you say that, I want to tell you what happens, Lyra. From out of the darkness behind you, I wouldn't say it's more handsome, but let's say dignified, light smattering of makeup. Posture is even better than normal. Wearing toga, open abdomen showing, and light shorts, so we get a lot of thigh muscle. approaching you from behind is Ashe Heiral, wearing Key's badge, her armband.
What are you doing?
Oh, she leans in close to you and says, I'm just being Ashe right now.
Why?
I'd like to speak with you privately, if I could pull you aside.
You're gonna have to change because you're freaking me out right now.
All right. Is there another form that would be more pleasing to you?
How about
listen,
yourself?
I know you. This is the most pleasing form that I could be in, but is there one that will make you less uncomfortable?
You can just be yourself.
I don't understand what that means. It's actually pretty offensive to tell me that.
You know how you would normally, when you talk to me, you've always been the same. Be whoever you want to be.
That's what Ashe.
This conversation we had 2 weeks ago, I think.
She changes into a generic drow woman that you've seen her play as before. Still wearing Ashe's clothing. So it's now quite revealing. She grabs you by the arm and pulls you to her private entryway to her chamber.
Can I help you?
She gestures for you to sit down on a nearby fluffy pillow.
She'll take a seat.
She also sits and says, "That's alpaca wool, by the way. It's guaranteed."
That's nice.
Lyra, I've been offering advice to Wynn about how she might operate around someone like Ashe. But I've recently come into contact with some stray thoughts from you, memories, and I think I have a good idea about how you feel about him. I understand you're having trouble expressing it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know that you know that I know that you're lying.
I think I expressed my disdain just fine.
Look. Obviously, Wynn has a slight advantage on you. Childhood friend. Very comfortable relationship with him where she spends lots of time together. But I think you can make it work if you want to follow some of my steps. You can get him to pay more attention to you and the kind that you want.
I don't think I need your help.
All right. I offered it.
Why are you saying it like that?
I just don't want you to feel disappointed when the person that you have strong feelings of both hatred and love for is snatched from you by some waifish witch from the far shores.
I thought Wynn was your friend.
She is.
Then why did you describe her like that?
Well, you're also my friend, and I'm trying to offer you advice. This is girl talk.
All right.
Don't mind the weird music in the background. She says, all right. She stands up as if to lead you back outside.
She'll follow.
She peels away from you and goes to talk to Wynn. Which again leaves the four of you together.
I'm MeaThead knows the importance of a good meal before a hard day of dungeoning, so he's definitely eating. He's also responding to fan mail and just minor business concerns. So quietly muttering to himself as people randomly message him.
I think
Gizmos.
that more sending spells have been sent to contact this one man than anyone else in the history of this D&D world.
I mean,
What a go-getter.
That's what happens when you're a celebrity.
I think Lyra like had a plate of food, but when she got back from to talk with Gwen, she's not eating it.
Ash looks at that. Lyra says, "You gonna eat that?"
All yours.
Connor, I know you're doing this on purpose, and it's amazing.
Ash takes the finger, pulls it towards him, tucks in Goku style. You sure you don't want to eat this? He's stuffing his face.
I've lost my appetite.
That's a shame.
Gizmo, what are you doing? Nope, we lost him. Cameras just popped back
Yeah.
out of order.
I was gonna say,
Where did he go?
he's frozen. He's just stuck in that smile.
Oh, I'm back.
Yeah, I was asking Gizmo, what are you doing?
Wait, is everyone here? Or like, was I the only one that dropped?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Gizmo's just doing his thing. He's eating like he, kind of quiet in the corner. He's always fidgeting with some little items and stuff, but he's not quite complete on them. Probably tomorrow.
So Ash maybe asks, "What are you working on over there, Gizmo?"
Well, I'm always working on stuff that I think will help us in the future. But I don't like announcing it until they're ready to go because failure rates are pretty high. But just always items to assist us.
I'm always
I
excited to see.
You're Apple, not Google. I understand.
Who, Gizmo? Yeah, Gizmo is Apple. Yeah. All right.
What's the plan here? I feel like we're having trouble getting this group
Are we
out the
are we
door
ready to
or
go?
anywhere.
Ash is ready to go whenever everyone else is ready.
All right. I need to head down to the store real fast before we get to the main event, but don't think that'll take me that long.
What do you need?
Need I'm looking for a short sword. I packed the wrong equipment on my way down, and I was also thinking, hey, franchise opportunities abound. So I need to see if I can, get a little promotion going for the event, for the league, just for all of it. Is Key still here? Is she gone talking to Win?
She is here if you'd like to speak to her, but she is speaking quietly with Win.
Oh. All right, you guys been here long? You know where maybe a blacksmith is?
Key steps up and gestures to Win and says, I can take you to a blacksmith, of course.
Oh, that'd be great. I don't want to interrupt if you're in the middle of something, but you just point me in the right direction.
No. I have been ordered to be your guide here.
That would be great then.
Would you prefer a drow blacksmith or one of the underlords?
Who would you recommend?
I have no preference.
This is mostly a drow town, right?
It is.
No, let's go to a drow blacksmith.
Okay. She begins leading you back the path that you took to come into the town. It takes about 30 minutes. You actually leave the outskirts of the Black Web Hold and head through some side tunnels to what should be very close to the surface. A little enclave, maybe 300 or 400 square feet on entranceway. You can feel heat radiating out of it, and despite the ventilations built into the ceiling, presumably to allow gases to go up to the surface, it still has quite a prodigious
Ooh,
smell.
it is.
There's chemicals, there's smoke, there's that wood fire and coal smell.
It is nice and fragrant in here.
A drow man steps out. For a blacksmith, he doesn't appear that kind of absolute unit level of jack that you would normally associate with it. He's very toned, lithe, slim, but he's carrying a hammer that looks like he probably shouldn't be able to lift it. And says, "You're not one of those surfacers. You look like
I mean,
you could belong here."
I could, but I have lived most of my life up top. I mean, it's not often I get to come back down to where the family is, you know?
You have family around here?
Not in this part of the world, but you know, we're not that many generations removed from being down below.
So Ash came along and he's sort of also perusing the wares in the background.
Wow, Ashe suddenly just appears out of nowhere.
I
I thought we all went. I'm so sorry.
Everyone can come if they want to.
I didn't want to interrupt, so I'd let you guys flow, but I figured I could jump in.
I feel like we have like you appear out of nowhere. We have a flashback that shows when she was having a conversation with MeaThead. You guys were just off frame, right behind them, and it's very visible from a different angle. I have your map now, Connor.
Nice.
If you wish to peruse this.
Okay, I'm gonna take a screenshot.
This den of delicate. The screenshot.
Yeah.
You gonna put my map up on your fridge next?
I mean,
It's got the magnet picked out already.
entrance to Blackcliff. All right.
World's least desirable dungeon master.
Well, that's what I'm here for, to give this the little bit of polish that it might need.
So the drow lets his hammer fall to its leather strap, and then lets that go so it falls a few inches to the ground, and says, "What do you need done?"
I'm in the market for a magical short sword if you've got one.
Magical short sword. How magical are you looking?
I mean, really anything. I realized when we were down in the dungeon yesterday, I was a little underprepared. It was embarrassing. We managed to make it through okay, but I, you know, don't want to.
It was pretty embarrassing for you.
It was super embarrassing.
But it's okay, because we were the only ones with you that could see it.
Yeah. I mean, you guys were the only ones here, but there is an audience. You guys know you're on camera. You're on glass right now, right? You know you're on glass.
Sure.
Oh my God.
Sure.
Now we found the Google user.
We're on glass. I should just pat him on the shoulder.
He says, "Let me tell you, friend, what you are asking for is expensive. I have some swords that I'm working on, and I have a few finished models as well. How soon do you need it?"
I mean, I think we're getting ready to head down pretty soon, aren't we, guys? Like nowish?
Yep,
So he
now we're
begins.
Yep, now.
He begins heading over to like wooden, what are they called? Pegboards, where you hang swords off of and other weapons, and begins pulling them out of their sheaths and running his finger down it and says, "Immediate need, immediate cost."
I understand. Now listen, I don't have a lot with me. Again, underprepared. So I want to make you an offer, and if you say no, that'll be the end of it, and I am sorry for taking up your valuable time. But let me swing this past you. How far is your market reach?
I sell to the magistrate. He sells to the underlords and some other city-states.
Do you
Tarnafal mostly.
have you heard of Falde?
I believe such a hold exists far, far in the Underdark, back up on the surface on another continent, yes?
Far, far away. That is correct.
We have never received or given goods from there.
Listen, Falde is booming right now. Booming. Listen, just over last year, international trade has exploded by 30%. We are reaching all sorts of markets that were previously closed off to us. And as part of that outreach, I'd like to ask, do you want in on that? You could be selling swords literally around the globe.
How would that work? How do my goods get there?
Because people see them in action and they say, I want that for me.
Didn't you say you were watching right now?
People are watching right now.
So they already know that I have quality swords, he says as he pulls another one out, and then like dual wields two swords. When he clangs them together, they spark.
What footwear was he wearing this morning dressed as Ashe?
Sandals. So
Like,
she's still wearing the sandals, the booty
flip-flops?
shorts, and the open toga.
Oh, toga. I forgot the toga.
Oh, is that what you're drawing? You're drawing Key Ashe. Amazing. Oh, oh my god. Oh. It's like Olympic Ashe. He's getting ready to do some wind sprints.
His face. Great job, though.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
He likes to stay in shape. Doesn't want to hide the goods. But listen, my friend, yes, they can see it. But let me tell you, the glass doesn't get all the properties through. Can they see that it's beautiful? Yes, they can. But they can't feel that edge. They can't smell that fresh oil. But what they can see is your beautiful weaponry cutting through hordes of evildoers, monsters, outlaws, whatever. And when they see your weapons slice through flesh like butter, then people are going to be able to see how sharp it is.
But how does it get from here to there? They may desire my weapons that they are currently seeing, and he pulls out a greatsword that looks like it could be an aircraft wing for like a Cessna. How can they get these premium 7-folded steel swords made with Underlord iron?
Listen, there's a boat coming in just a couple days, and I'm going to be on that boat. I'm going to be heading back to Falde. We'll have some cash on board. We can buy a few of your weapons if you'd like. The more we can take back with us, the more we can share and show off and exhibit back in my hometown.
So you want me to give you magical weapons that you will then go kill people with. Then you will carry them to a port on the surface and come back with payment when?
No, when the boat gets here, you will have payment. When
But
my
it
boat
is several
pulls
days' travel to your totally unknown village that we've never been to.
Oh, that's true. How far away from the port is this place?
Maybe 2 days.
2 days? Listen, the boat pulls in, a wagon will come here. None of your goods will leave. What's the name of this place?
Blackweb, hold.
Nothing of yours leaves Black Web Hold until you get what you deserve. Payment in full for such finely crafted weaponry.
Are you drawing Corsairport?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Little
Excellent.
mini map.
Trying to beat out Mick for that background map drawings, huh? Okay. Next thing you know, we're going to open the stream and Connor's going to be like, you know, I want to be just like Mick. I want to wear his skin and pop out. That shit that Mick says, by the way.
I mean, who wouldn't look how beautiful Connor is? Everyone wants to wear that skin.
He says, I'm not going to just give you one of my swords.
No,
If you
I
come back
understand.
with the money, I'll have things arranged for you. If you're leaving in the next few days, I should have 6 or 7 weapons ready to go.
I understand.
Like this wonderful lance. 7 foot from tip to hilt. The amazing craftsmanship was all inlaid by my cousin. You can see the silver. He's like holding it up in front of your face. He doesn't know where the scry sensors and the mirror
I'm gonna
scrying
tap
on.
the mirror on my chest. Be like, it's right here, buddy. It's right
Yeah,
here.
he
They're looking
lowers
through
it
here.
down there. He's look at this premium quality.
Yeah,
You can only
and
get this level of drow scroll work along the edge of the.
It is
guard.
beautiful. So, how about this? Can I rent a weapon for today for 25 gold? I'll
No,
take it down into the dungeon.
No.
They can see it do its stuff.
absolutely not. You cannot. What assurances do I have that you will not just walk out of town with the weapon? Pay
you see
a fraction of a fraction for its cost. What if you die with it?
my compatriots here, they've been, working in town for, a few days now? They've done some work down here. You can talk to Key, who, from what I
He
understand,
is just like, don't trust him. None of this sounds legitimate.
All right. Well, I understand. When the money gets here, then we can renew this discussion then.
How much is the magic short sword?
He says, which one are you looking for? This one, and he pulls out one that, it's got exactly what MeaThead's looking for, that full length fullering. A full tang in the hilt. We're talking double-edged. The good stuff. He says, you're looking for something like this.
A gesture to MeaThead. Is that what you're looking for?
That is exactly what I'm looking for. You see how beautiful it is? Look at the lines on that thing.
And how much is that?
How much are you willing to pay for it?
I try and come up with a figure of what Ashe would think the price of a magic sword would be back home.
You know what? This is something that you would reasonably know.
Okay.
Something like this would probably go on the upper level, like this level of decoration, 500 or more.
Gold?
Yep. No, Connor, copper. It's worth 5 gold pieces.
Shit, 500 gold? That's
Yes,
so much
500
money.
gold.
How-
He literally just brought out this beautiful sword covered in decoration, and you're like,
I mean, we're like, we don't need something we need something that will show off your craftsmanship at a price affordable for the masses.
He sheathes it and goes inside his forge and comes back out 2 minutes later with a short sword that's shaped more like a long sword. There's no wide blade to it. It's very thin and narrow. It's only edged on one side and it's serrated, but it comes to a double-edged point at the top. The blade is dull and gray. It looks like maybe there were a few issues while it was being forged. He says, this is a magical weapon made by my nephew.
I mean, everyone's got to start somewhere.
I can sell this, and this is the lowest level of this beautiful weapon with a unique functionality is the lowest level of good that we would sell. 200 gold pieces.
What is the functionality?
When you stab someone with it and you pull it out, the serrated edges pull out their guts as well, and it just looks cooler. As I say, function over form. But my nephew, he's young. He's in his 80s.
He hasn't had time to mature and grow as an artisan yet.
You know how it is with those 80-year-olds.
Can't live with them, can't live without them.
So Ash is going to say, I might consider it alone, MeaThead, but I'm not sure how much longer. I mean, I gathered from your profession, you're somewhat on the move. You're everywhere around. So
I just told you that he's leaving at the end of the episode.
Okay. Did he say that?
Yes, he did. He said he was going home.
I'm leaving when my wagon and boat gets in. I'm out. I got contracts, man.
Oh my god!
So I can't. I'm sorry, MeaThead. I can't afford to lend you that sum if you're going to be out of.
Well,
can't wait for MeaThead to be battling Speth at Nova Ward.
If you want to spring for it, I would appreciate it, and I will leave it with you when I go. I don't need to keep it. But, if you're unwilling to, I totally understand. Not a big deal.
I would have no need for such a weapon, so I thank you. But
I remember you also doing embarrassing in that fight.
But I've come. I can ask for an enchantment, a divine enchantment for my weapon, and that's my plan for this
but
time
you
around.
didn't know it. You don't always have that.
But
when we
this,
need it.
This time I do.
Battle.
I come prepared this time, however. I rethought my spells.
All right.
Well, then, do you have just a regular non-magical short sword available?
AP, you're muted.
Yeah, I can't.
Yes. Sorry, he says yes, and pulls out several swords that do not look as artisanal as the first ones we got. Certainly, they're better than the craft of a human smith, but there are minor defects along the way.
We're like, I'll take it.
Maybe you should ask the price first.
The price is exactly the price in the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition player's guide, which he holds up in front of you.
And what is that price?
I don't know. Give me a minute.
No, I expect you to have the answer now.
The price of a short sword is 10 gold pieces.
All right. I'll hand it over. All right, we ready to go, guys?
That's right.
All right.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
I have no idea how Connor is making it. Is this? Are we seeing two different views? I don't know what's happening.
It's like an isometric. I mean, it's like an isometric view.
You artists, I have no idea how your brains work. You guys do weird shit. There's the gate leading out to the forest. But
Yeah.
where is the pretzel shop / church / inn / winery?
Where's the Wizard's Tower?
Yeah, I gotta put that in. That was in the south of town, right?
Yeah, south of town. But, it's not that tall, right? You can't build super tall wizard's towers out of wood. You're not going to be able to go more than like 3 or 5 stories. There he goes, clogging up the harbor with wizard towers. What a wizardly jackass.
Well, it's like it's on its own little island. It's sort of separate. I'm not sure if it'll work from this angle. We'll find out.
Maybe don't include it in this image and just assume that the view is from the tower.
Well, I mean, this is going to be sort of like if you've ever played Legend of Mana. It's like that, like where you get like an icon of a location and then lots of like little stuff and then icon of a location, little stuff, icon. It's not like a literal map. Does that make sense?
Yes.
No, but I'll
I
believe you
understand.
because I haven't played Legend of Mana, and now I'll have to probably do that at some point. I gotta tell you, I'm fucking enchanted by Jagged Alliance 2 right now. It may be a huge pain in the ass, but their overworld map is a literal to scale of each of the 100 mini maps that are in it.
What game is that?
Jagged Alliance 2.
Oh,
It's
that's the military game, right?
Yes, it's a
Looks good.
mercenary game. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
I'm starting to
first
do a
one was really
playthrough.
good.
Is that the one where I shot Riga in the head on accident?
Yes, you did. From behind as well. You shot him in the back of the head while he was wearing one of the best helmets in existence, and your armor-piercing ammo went right through both sides of his head.
My bad.
Accidentally shot.
I don't feel like you're that remorseful about it.
I did not include you this time on my
Technically,
team.
AP did it,
No, the character's name was Cottontailed.
but you took the shot.
You're the one that missed the shot. I told you to take the shot. You're the one that missed and shot Riga in the back of the head. All I tell you to do is stand near burning cars that explode moments later.
That does happen a
It's true.
lot.
Wait, in real life or in the game?
No, in
'Cause I feel like
XCOM.
Cotton's
Listen.
had multiple cars light
Yes,
on fire.
it does. In XCOM,
It was only one.
I either park her next to a car, or the car's already on fire and I don't realize it and park her next to it. But also in XCOM, she constantly gets mind controlled and wipes out the entire team during Iron Man mode. So I spend the night screaming Cotton's name like, "Oh, Cotton, damn it!" Because she just couldn't pass one resist check. Friends, you've got a non-magical short sword of Drow make. You've got a plan, which is to storm Bako, or as it is known in to others among it. I'll find my Bako right here. Bako, the hold of Bartholomew Blackhand. Connor is so busy drawing, I can't get him to lead this party.
Sorry. I'm
You've
ready to
been
go.
laser focused the whole. Listen, it's a beautiful drawing, and you know I am thrilled to see something that we've all made together, a town, become a piece of art. But also, everyone is busy drawing.
Sorry. Okay. I thought we were. Are we headed out?
I don't know, Connor. Are we? I hate to
yeah,
rely on you
let's-
as the party leader.
Oh, geez.
Let's get it done.
Let's go. Let's get go. I also I don't think everyone said they were ready to go. I'm ready to go. Is
I
everyone ready
understand,
to
but
go?
if I let Mick lead this party, I suspect that you guys are just going to end up in a club talking to people, trying to get advertising deals.
That's right.
So yes, we're going. Let's go.
Who is leading the party to Beko?
Okay. Is it,
I will lead the party to Bako.
Yeah, there we go.
It is a 6-hour journey, but because you are a hermit, you perfectly make it there. When you are 4 hours out from the city, you begin to see a shining light in front of you through your goggles of night, your spider goggles. Just to remind everyone, Lyra has spider goggles now. It's super dope. Mick even drew a different version of Lyra with spider goggles. It's amazing. And you hear a voice calling you saying, Lyra, Lyra.
Can I take off the goggles and look?
Yes. You can see that apparating into existence in a wave of golden dust is Ashe's mom.
Hello.
Hello, Lyra. Hello, everyone.
Hey, who's this?
Greetings. Who are you? Yeah.
I am a angel. I am off duty for the moment. I'll be back to patrolling the negative energy plane in order to prevent the escape of undead and tortured souls of damnation into the world of the living and mortals.
That sounds marketable. I like it.
Ashe, why don't you introduce me to your friends who I don't know?
Oh, is this Mrs. H?
that's right, everyone. This is Aisha.
I'm
mother.
sorry, I never married his father.
Oh,
We're just close friends.
I apologize.
His duties keep him at Heiral Hammerhold. My duties keep me slaying the unlimited wave of damnation souls. But I'd like to drop in and see how my boy's doing from time to time. Lyra, could I pull you aside for a moment?
More girl
Sure.
talk.
Is there anything you need to tell me?
Is there anything That's a good question. Is there anything I need to tell you?
I'm just checking in. There hasn't been any changes in any relationship statuses around here that you wish to inform me of?
I don't think so.
No revelations that have happened recently that familiars hiding in the ethereal plane watching everything that you do and say might have informed me of?
I feel like you're trying. I feel like there's something you want me to tell you.
As an angel, you should know that I feel that absolute truth and honesty are the best policy if you wish to achieve your destiny and make your way into the heavens. Otherwise, you'll be judged, and then you might be sent to the negative energy plane, where you will be slaughtered forever by angels.
I see. Well,
As she says this, she apparates a massive silvery greatsword that you can hear it. The sword is singing like ah, and she puts it in front of her and digs it 6 inches into the earth and says, "There's nothing you wish to confess to me while we're here."
Jeez, Ash, your mom was
Technically, there has been no relationship changes, and they probably won't be. But
So
I'm assuming the rumors you heard are probably true.
So you do like Ashe,
Kind of.
but you're not willing to act on it
I don't
because
know.
he's not good enough for you.
That is not what I said.
It was an interrogative. I simply wish to understand why you wouldn't pursue such a fine young man who literally no one else will date.
I'm a little busy. As you can see, we're not in a great place.
Spending
for this.
all of your time with Ashe, literally every second of every day with my son.
Well, Ashe and 2 other people.
Sure. You've already resigned yourself then. You feel that you've lost this battle?
I do not know how to answer that.
I was hoping that you would be different.
I have not put a whole lot of thought into where to go from this point.
It's fine.
Because I've been
Just
a little
like
busy.
every other girl that pursues my little Ashy poo.
You know, if you do this to every girl that pursues your Ashy poo, this could be why they don't continue.
I didn't for the first 100 or so. It's hard to keep track after a while.
100 or so?
He has an incredible density to him, and I don't know where he gets it. His father was incredibly straightforward.
Right.
Do you not assume that Ashe is a desirable mortal?
That's
as a
not,
half angel? And a
That's-
prince?
That's not what I said.
And a paladin? And an accomplished athlete. Well renowned throughout the Immortal Empire.
I feel like
Have you seen that drawing of his glutes?
I have seen every part of Ashe. Not like in a bad way, though. Not on purpose.
This
I
conversation
realize that
is
could
over.
be wrong.
She just begins dissipating into golden dust.
Lyra just like returns to the group. Like a darker
seems kinda
shade than
tough.
when she left.
And Aish is gone.
Yep.
Why, she didn't even say goodbye to you, kid.
Yeah,
Man, that hurts.
I'm not sure what she asked you, Lyra.
Nothing.
Well, that's convincing.
Yeah, no, I definitely
I buy that.
definitely feel like there's
Or
some
girl talk.
backstory there that we're missing out on.
Okay, Fine. I guess there must have been nothing.
Yep,
Let's keep going, guys.
that's a good idea.
You arrive at the outskirt of Baku. If you remember, it's an immediate side tunnel right off of the main trade tunnel that has a hole in the ceiling of it. Something is approaching you in the distance down the trade tunnel from deeper, not from behind you towards the surface, towards Blackweb, but deeper. You can hear a sort of set of hooves, perhaps even two sets of hooves.
Is somebody approaching? So I try and look down the tunnel and see
That's
what
kind of what
they
it
are.
sounds like.
You do not see anything within 60 feet of you.
Okay.
The tunnel continue. It's well cut. It's wagon rutted, but it's completely dark. So
How close are we to the base?
to Beko,
Yeah.
a few feet. All you'd need to do is hop into this side tunnel and climb the ladder.
I see.
I'm going to say to no one in particular, all right, guys, could be starting here. Thank you to tonight's band, the Dabado Dancers. Put on a great show so far. I hope you enjoy the show. We'll get to some of the sponsorships, but it sounds like this could be starting right now. All right.
Ashe stands in the middle of the road and says, I suppose we should wait to see who's coming here down the road.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Certainly wouldn't be but I won't be hiding anytime soon.
It resolves itself into two alpacas drawing a enormous double-wide wagon upon which sit two drow side by side, and there are four more drow women escorting the wagon to either side of it. Two on one side, two on the other.
Are they gonna go past us, or are they gonna stop up?
They slow as they approach you, and one of the women says, "Hail."
Hello. What brings you around these parts?
She looks at you oddly, and then the man sitting next to her says, "Fool, do you not realize?" He pulls out a handkerchief. "Do you not realize you are addressing a female?"
I mean, I did I did I did notice that.
All of the guards are rolling their eyes at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He just says, "We are in the Underdark. If you do not wish to gather the eyes of Lolth upon you, you should follow her traditions and precepts. This is my consort. When we're on the surface, we have a very different relationship of husband and wife. But while we're down here, we must respect Lolth's ways if we do not wish to be caught in her webs. So if you are wise, please address any concerns through me. I believe what my cherished, most bodacious other was doing was hailing the female in your party, whom I would not even deign to gaze upon with my eyes."
Is that so? I didn't realize this was the practice in
The wagon
Underdark.
is still moving past you at this point. So they're only moving like a mile an hour, right? But at this point, he's like climbed up on the back of the wagon and is talking to you out the backside of it.
Have a good trip.
Yep.
It's nice to meet you.
All right, see you then.
The name is Koble, House Koble, the traders. We should talk more in Black Web Hold.
Yeah. I've got a franchise opportunity for you.
I love franchising.
Travel safe.
The man, when you say travel safe, he ducks back into the wagon, and the guards wave back to you as if you were, of course, talking to us, the females.
She was talking to the whole wagon, like everybody. But I get what you're saying.
Yes. He would never break the precepts of Lolth. not in the Underdark. Only a fool would do that.
All right, good to know. We might want to put Lyra in the lead on this thing.
I don't do people well.
You did fine there.
Definitely don't
Just
do
gotta
Ashe
believe
well,
in
that's
yourself.
for sure.
Listen, the first rule of stagecraft: fake it till you make it.
That's not even a rule of stagecraft.
Well, what
I have
stages
no
are you
idea
on?
what you were talking about.
It's true. In our time here, we haven't actually interacted with a drow woman. Is that correct?
That would be correct, right?
That's correct. In Black Web
Let's
Hold,
try-
there were multiple drow women. You've probably interacted with them in the background, but
Yeah.
it's clear that Black Web Hold is not it's not in the Underdark. They do not fear Loth as much.
Oh, okay.
Let's try not to offend anybody.
That's great. Don't want to drive potential customers
She looks
away.
directly at Ashe when she's saying this.
If I had known that cross-gendered discussions weren't allowed, I wouldn't have addressed them. So, but I guess it's good for engaging in a Durgar or
Do
any
you
creature
think
drow.
this is allowed? Are we going to get in trouble with the... I don't want to pick off any god.
Next thing you know, Ashe is
think
going to
we-
be showing his ankles to those women. Goodness, what a salacious harlot he is.
Hey, Ashe, I'm going to ask you to speak with more respect to Lyra while we're down here. Seems like they get kind of antsy about this thing. Lyra, I'm sorry. I don't mean to step into your arena here. Are we ready to go?
Sure, let's go.
Please, let's.
Who's
this
going
guy
up
we're
the ladder
after?
first?
I will.
Very well. I think we're on the right map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so to the south is that trap.
Trap is a
There's a detector, a magic
is a
detector.
loaded term. Some would say it is a series of magical runes that attempt to discern what is passing through them. Well, they're keyed to do something when a certain something passes through them.
Right.
Are you leaving Gizmo and Echo? Or sorry, not Gizmo. Echo and Greta behind?
Yes.
They can't make it up the ladder, right?
You could pull them up the ladder and they could be uncomfortably stuck in here with you. Can you lift an 800-pound horse?
Do we have any ropes and pulleys? We could figure it out.
I'm sure you have rope, a pulley system, or a block and tackle. That's much less likely. If
can
one of you
lift a
has it
lot,
on your
right?
character sheet on D&D Beyond, I'll allow it though.
Where's the calculation for how much you
I
can
have
lift?
soap.
It's in the player's handbook. It's based on your strength.
Yeah, so
You almost certainly cannot lift 800 pounds while climbing a ladder.
okay. I mean, hey, you can do weird things in D&D. Like they're not,
Yeah, you could like jump 20 feet, or like you can jump a lot farther because you got that weird athletics thing going on.
If you wanted to get your steeds up here, I guess we could use a rope and pull them up. But it would probably take more than one of
Can't
us.
you make your steed like poof away and then poof back?
not today. Let's just proceed forward.
When you say that, not today, Echo paws at the ground sadly. Doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything, but she just left behind on another adventure again is that feeling you get when you look upon her.
We'll have plenty more time together in the future, Echo.
Her tail flicks. Swoosh. Then another swoosh.
Is that Fulbark instead of? I guess you don't have a picture.
I
of...
don't have a MeaThead picture yet.
Oh yeah, right. Okay,
The only
so
thing I have is a portrait of MeaThead signed by MeaThead.
that's right.
That's the most MeaThead of pictures.
That's true. Oh, it's painfully true.
Is the door in front of me open?
It is closed.
Okay, I will open it.
As you open it, the room has changed.
Right.
Through the room, you find yourself facing off against a cracked floor. This space on the floor where the trap dwelt above it, you can definitely still see the trap is there, and it's charged. However, that space there, it looks like someone took a sledgehammer to it and shattered the floor there, and then pulled something out and dragged it along the floor. In addition, the bones, the old cobwebs, the almost certainly dangerously toxic mold that's everywhere has been cleaned up. This place is not shining and beautiful, but it is also no longer an OSHA violation. It would probably get a C rating from the FDA if they serve food here.
Who do you think has cleaned up this room?
Maids.
What?
Maids. Do they have maids where you come from? They're like people?
I feel like that's wrong.
Well, this person is a lich, right?
So
Well, it was
Ash,
created by a lich.
while you're saying that, Ash, suddenly, let's say a shit ton of dark black tentacles appear around all of you and begin entangling you and trying to draw you into the floor.
Wait, still out here in the hall, or are we in the room?
No, you're in that hallway because no one said
Okay.
that they were moving in yet. And in addition to that comes what some might call a pale yellow cloud of poisonous fog that begins choking all of you. Allow me to
I'm
demonstrate.
going to hold my breath.
In or out? We can go up the ladder again.
I thought we were up the ladder already. I mean,
You
I'm
are
gonna try
up
and
the
go-
ladder.
We're gonna try and go forward, I imagine, and cut
Let's
away
go forward.
cut away at any of the vines coming up or tentacles.
Why is everyone moving their characters? Why is this
I'm trying to
happening?
run away from the tentacles, man.
Tentacles, yeah.
You can move away from the tentacles on your turn.
Oh, did you say initiative?
Yes, we're going to initiative in a second.
Okay.
Okay.
I am
Before that second, can I cast a spell?
No.
No.
Man.
Why would you think that you'd be able to cast a spell when you're already in combat?
I mean, I just didn't. I didn't think we were already in combat.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I'm rolling
happening
great.
right now. It's literally happening right now.
Glad we didn't bring up Echo. That'd be terrible.
We'd be in the middle of our pulley system when these things attacked.
Finally, not a 1 on an initiative order. I've had crap initiative order rolls for weeks.
This is really evading me, the ability to move this thing. Okay. So in the process, numerous things appear. Ash and Lyra are the only ones to see it, but I guess you can't even see the one that's down at the bottom. But Ash, you see someone appear through the fog at the far side, right before the fog kicks into place, and you're now heavily obscured. You cannot see through the fog more than 5 feet.
Okay.
So let's start with them there. Anti-poison con saves. So some of you might have that special anti-poison juicy juice.
Nope. But we all have con saves of plus 3? Plus 3, yes.
That would sound correct.
Why do we have that +3?
Paladin
three.
or
Oh,
Yeah.
the paladin does. Oh,
I
do?
give all of you plus 3.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
My con save is actually 23.
Yep. Oh boy, Gizmo. MeaThead, what do you got?
I got 14.
Oh my god.
What's with a +9 too?
MeaThead. I have bad news for you. Even attempting to hold your breath, it seeps in through your body's pores. You can feel it entering your bloodstream. As it says here, attempting to hold your breath has no effect.
Oh.
All right, so
Can
if
I
you
use
fail,
inspiration on something?
everyone but MeaThead and Lyra failed. They take 29. MeaThead and Lyra take 14. What do you want to use inspiration on?
My roll? I think it's too late.
Can't use it on a roll that you already rolled. But great news! Now you all need to make a dex save versus the tentacles.
Yes.
Would you like to use inspiration on that?
Can I activate? No, I can't. Yes, yeah, I'll activate that.
Even better.
Wow, 2 natural ones. Technically 3 in a row, but 2 on this particular roll. Incredible. Weird. Guys, we're playing D&D at the highest levels of...
You know what? This Adam Decane in like Norway, I don't trust it.
Oh my god, you have all failed. All of you are being dragged to the ground by ebony tentacles which wave and swoosh back and forth. You all take the following amount of bludgeoning damage, 8 points, and you're all restrained. Just to remind you what restrained is, your speed is 0, attack rolls against you have advantage, and you have disadvantage attack rolls, and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So you all are currently restrained by tentacles and choking to death on your own vomit.
I froze for a second and I didn't catch the result of the tentacle thing.
8 points of damage and you're restrained. But like the bad restrained, not the good restrained. You know, it's not like when someone swaddles you like a baby in a blanket and you're like, this, or like a weighted blanket. What was your initiative, MeaThead?
It was, I think,
7.
4? 7? Oh, I add 4. Yeah. 7.
Gizmo. You take 3d6 points of damage at the start of your turn.
Another amount of damage?
So if you start your turn being restrained, you take 3d6. You take 12 more points of damage.
All right.
And you need to make another Constitution saving throw. Nope, you failed that one too. This is going to be a TPK just up front. You take another 28 points of damage.
I am out.
So you all watch as Gizmo struggles briefly and then goes limp against the
Oh,
tentacles.
damn.
This one moves in and just stops at the edge of the horrifying cloud and points at Ashe, and all of a sudden there's a blue flash between the two of you. Ashe, can you make a dexterity check at disadvantage?
Dexterity check or dexterity saving throw?
Save at disadvantage.
All right. So it's
20. You will take half. 16.
all right.
So in the afterglow of this lightning bolt, you can see that they flip a piece of amber and rub it against a piece of fur. They say something to you in Undercommon. The other one down here that you haven't even seen yet, don't know exists, doesn't do anything. Ashe, it's your turn. Because you're restrained by the tentacles, take 3d6. 10 points of damage.
All right.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw versus the cloud.
All right. Can I use inspiration?
Yes. Do you still have another inspiration?
I didn't use it before.
Very well.
I'd like to use it now.
Yeah, of course.
And can
Let's
I activate? Wait, no. Wait, let me see. No, that's just Dex and arrow. Okay, I will do that. It's 5. Whew.
Man, let me tell you something. I'm really glad that you rolled that inspiration. You will take half damage.
What? Still? I don't. Do I get out?
You take 16. You get out. This was this was just the cloud. These are 2 different spells being laid over you, just to be clear, not one. If you would like to escape from the tentacles, you can make a strength or dexterity check against their spell save. You want to try to rage your way out real quick.
Does that use my movement or use my?
Use your action.
Use my action. I mean, and lay on hands. That's an action, right? Okay.
Yep.
And is my channel divinity, is that an action or bonus action?
Is an action.
It's an action.
But, well, there are ones that say bonus action. You'd have to look it up.
I'm looking at one, like, I look at Sacred Oath, Channel Divinity, and that says, under the UA, that says one action, but then I look at my specific one, and it says Channel Divinity, or, yeah, for either one, it says but one bonus action.
See? They can be different. So what are you trying to do? Sacred Divinity, or are you trying to use your super special, make me powerful and good at sports one?
Channel Divinity is, and like, those
there are multiple
subcategories.
channel divinities. There's not just one.
Yeah, but I get, okay, I'm going to use the Peerless Athlete, which is a bonus
Does it
action.
say use? Okay, then there you go.
I think
You're using it to give yourself advantage on strength or dexterity checks or something like that?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And this is a dex check.
Strength or dexterity, whichever one you want to use there.
Okay.
So this does not give you advantage on strength or dexterity. It gives you advantage on athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
Yep.
you're right.
So a 14 is good enough. You break free.
All right, I think that's my turn, right?
You still have a move action. Your speed is now back up to whatever it would normally be.
Okay, I'm gonna get out of the cloud.
And the tentacles, I would assume.
Yeah, where is the cloud?
Can you not see it?
No, we can't see it.
Yeah,
My
we can't.
apologies.
We see the little icon, but no cloud itself.
Did that work?
Yep.
Right.
Okay, so I can go full distance.
Sorry, the cloud is actually here now. The tentacles don't move, but the cloud does.
Okay, so can I go
Alright,
my
do you
full
see
distance?
do you see a Venn diagram now?
Yeah, I see 2.
Yeah.
All right. You can do your full move distance as normal.
Okay. And what is that again? 30? Yeah, 30. That's. I can go here, I think.
Very well. Lyra. You take 12 damage, and then I need to have you make a Constitution saving throw.
We got it at inspiration at the very first.
Yes.
I want to use that.
Very well. Well, this
I'm
was a con save, but I'm guessing that even with
I'm down.
yes, you are. Gizmo and Lyra are both crumple into the tentacles as they begin sinking into the floor. Oh boy.
Where is Gizmo down at?
Gizmo actually has fallen down the ladder, I guess.
So he's the one right in front of me.
Yes, Gizmo is being held up by the tentacles and then has collapsed and is now being puppeted by the tentacles.
Okay. Oh, it is me now though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so
wait. We gotta go through.
Save, dex save, right?
It's yeah. So you take 6 points of damage, no save, and then you need to make a con save versus the cloud kill.
All right, this is my con.
Yeah.
Oh wait, and it's no longer a +3 from Ashe, right?
You are within 20 feet of him. Oh, you have to be within 10 feet. Yeah. No,
Okay.
+3.
Okay, so there's my con.
Not good enough. You take a total of 26 points of damage.
All right, I started with 6 points.
6 and then 20. Yes.
Okay. All right, and then a dex save, right?
It's not a dex save. It's a strength or dexterity roll to break free.
Okay. I will go with strength.
That sounds wise. You want to Mario your way out. It's a me. Nope, you're stuck.
No, because I suck.
You're not going anywhere. Is there anything you want to do? Do you want to struggle or say something to the audience?
I'm definitely saying something to the audience. I want to say to the audience, like, listen, guys, remember this is a non-health potion run. Donations to the Gruzda Orphanage. Make sure you take care of those kids, guys, because I don't think I'm going to be able to.
That's what you'd like to say, but your lungs are actually on fire. So most of what you say is... Gizmo. Can you make a saving throw, please? Watch him nail that 20 and that's a dex save. That's a natural 1.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Before we get to Gizmo, with aggressive, as a bonus action, you can move up to your speed toward an enemy of your choice.
Your speed is still 0 because you're restrained.
Okay, and so like the.
No, listen, don't pretend you
movement.
can re-roll that, Rob. You got a natural 1 on the first die that hit the table.
They both suck.
If
anyway.
if we were physically sitting at a table and you rolled 2 dice and you saw a 1 on them and said, "Oh, I meant to make this roll as a death save, but I made it as a dex save," I'm gonna go, "No, you rolled a 1. That's a 1 on the table."
I would take the 1. I just like hitting the right button.
I am going to go ahead and use Second Wind as my bonus action.
Very well. Ashe, you can see that this one in the corner here, waves with a thin rapier-like sword, like get down towards you, and begins cautiously approaching you, making indications of that you should be submissive immediately.
What do they look like?
They are 2 drow men wearing silvery blue robes. We're talking pitch dark with maybe a hint of charcoal level of skin, long ears, much longer than any that you've seen so far. Hard men. Not particularly athletic. Both of them also have rods at their belt and pouches that they've been picking stuff out of and flinging towards people occasionally. Like that bit of fur and the amber.
So they have no armband?
They do not have armbands. No.
Okay. Ashe, tired, submits.
Very well. They cancel both of their spells in the process.
And Ashe says, "Please allow me to tend to my friend."
When you say that, one of them moves towards you and makes it very clear that they are about to smack you on the back of the head with the pommel of their rapier to knock you out.
Ashe doesn't want that to happen, so he's going to defend himself.
You're going to hold your hands up?
He's got a shield, so... I mean,
Oh no! This guy's not approaching you unless you've dropped your knees and dropped your weapons.
I see.
That's part of the, get down submissive.
So I mean, he's gonna say, we apologize if
he shouts something back at you on Undercommon and keeps gesturing for you to drop your shield.
Well, I've already dropped the shield, but I'm like stepping away from this guy, trying to not get knocked out.
I mean,
and trying to discuss things.
The other guy steps behind you to also do it. They're both intending to knock you out.
Well, do they make the motion? Am I going to roll a check here or what?
Do you want to attempt to avoid this?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Yeah, make a dexterity athletics. It sounds like you're stumbling backwards.
Okay. Does that mean it counts as my? Are you sure it's athletics that I'm getting, or so I get my channel divinity?
If you want to use your channel divinity, you may.
Okay.
MeaThead, I have great news for you. They don't. Not only do they not even know that you exist, they don't even know that you're still awake and alive. You have some options here. The one thing you do see is that Gizmo drops perfectly to land in the saddle face down of Echo when the tentacles disappear.
All right.
18 plus what?
Plus 5.
So the two of them begin kicking you and hitting you in the back of the head, and you're just like, whoa, boxing moves. It's clear that their patience for your shenanigans has reached 0%, but their turn's over.
Cut them down, man.
So's yours.
Oh.
Lyra, I need you to make a death saving throw.
What'd you say, Rob, before? I didn't hear you.
Oh, I just said cut them down.
Cut them down? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I should be getting down so that you guys don't all get killed.
Sometimes you gotta fight.
Not this time though. I mean, they canceled those spells, thankfully.
That's one success for Lyra. Fullborg. You have a couple problems here. Gizmo.
MeaThead.
Yo, this is my apologies. I looked at the character, I looked at the artwork.
Yeah.
MeaThead. And your character's token's name is just mixed character. You could change it, Mick. You have this capability.
Then that would be false advertising.
No.
If I said Fulborg, I'm not Fulborg. If I say MeaThead, that's clearly Fulborg.
You could put MeaThead's token as the name, and that would be correct advertising.
That's true. That would be.
What do you want to do here? You can hear that Ashe is avoiding getting his ass beat. It sounds like he's shuffling around on his knees, knocking into. People are hitting him with metal objects. Lyra is expiring. Gizmo does not look good.
Yeah. And the what is Gizmo's mount? What do you have, Rob?
Gizmo has a donkey that's sitting nearby and licking his face now.
Like the setup. If I slap the donkey on the ass to get it moving, like it doesn't have anywhere to go, right? Because we're in.
But the donkey isn't up here.
The donkey and Echo, Ashe's horse, are both 5 feet beneath you down a ladder.
Okay, and
you could swing down the ladder and slap one of them on the ass. You know that Echo is intelligent.
I'm up here with Lyra, right?
Yes.
Yeah, revive Lyra or
attack. I've seen Lyra use health potions before. Like, does she have health potions on her that I'm aware of?
What kind of cleric carries health potions? They can heal themselves with magic.
You have never seen Lyra use a health potion.
And
because Lyra has never been hurt when you're around.
All right. So.
Is this a pretzel that I'm looking at?
That will work.
That's right.
You're a huge pretzel advertising. Oh my god, I love this town. It's so good.
All right. I'm going to grab Lyra and try to hop down using my body to cushion the blow on her to where Gizmo's at, because next round I'm going to be looking for health potions to administer.
Very well.
And while I'm
let me
doing
ask,
that,
Gizmo, do you have any such health potions?
No.
Has anyone carrying health potions at all?
Yep.
No.
I got a health potion.
That is a problem. The only person
great.
you know to have health potions is the guy in the next room getting his ass beat.
all right. So I'll hop down. I mean, that's probably...
You taking Lyra down with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna
you make it
try
down.
and keep her safe. And then while I'm rearranging them, I'm going to say to the audience, remember, kids, you got to look at your team first, because if you're going solo, you got to be much better equipped. But what actually it sounds like is...
Ashe.
Mm-hmm.
The two people standing in front of you hear that loud coughing hack and both turn their heads in that direction. And one of them, the one that's in front of you, like looks down at you, and the other one looks like he's gonna go deal with that. Gizmo, I'm gonna need another death saving throw. If you get a 10 or if you get a 9 or less, that's it. Game's over. Gizmo Rumplestomp.
No.
Wait, don't I have to miss 3 of those?
Yeah,
When
but
you
the
got the
one counts
natural
as
1
2.
counts as 2.
Oh, okay. All right.
You feel your last breath expire as you pass into the nether realms to be judged by the lady, the god of death, who shreds souls.
All right, I'll work on the next guy. Yeah.
Ashe, the guy standing behind you, indicates to you by smacking you on the back of the head to stop struggling. Ha! Uchol! Nomtale! And like points down and is trying to kick your back so that you're lying face down.
Okay, I mean,
The other one is pulling a potion off his out of a pack and marching over towards the ladder.
I mean, does Ashe know that what happened to Gizmo in the next turn?
No.
Next room? No, he doesn't.
You definitely know he was choking to death, but you
Yeah.
didn't see him die.
Right. And they don't seem to understand common. Is that right?
That well, they understand their version of common.
Right.
It's called undercommon. You don't speak any good languages like Elvish.
Yeah, Orc. I mean, I chose Orc because that makes sense for the Empire.
Of course.
Of course.
A horse is a horse, of course.
Of course.
You know, Ashe is just going to try and back up and continue to try and back up and try and say, you know, I'm just trying to help my friends. I think they're injured in the next room.
All right. This guy is going to appear at the top of the ladder and look down at you, Fullbork. Damn it.
Wait, no opportunity attack?
He's not... He doesn't have any weapons. He dropped his weapons in his shield.
Okay.
And you only get a reaction. Oh, wait, but I'm down the ladder. Never mind. Yeah.
So this guy appears at the top of the ladder. You don't speak Elvish or Undercommon, do you?
I speak Elvish.
Really?
Yeah.
He shouts at you in Elvish and says, "Stop there! I can save your friend, but you are both going in irons. Or I can kill you."
I'm going to hold her up where he can reach her then.
All right, he administers a health potion by pouring one out for that shorty. You get 2d4 health back.
Am I awake?
You take 5 points of healing. You're awake. You're being held over the head of MeaThead.
Can I see Gizmo?
Yes. Gizmo's dead body is expiring next to you.
Can I immediately use Revivify?
Yes, you can. Here's what happens for you, Gizmo. You're walking on a long path. It feels like it's been a while. Hours, days, perhaps. And something is approaching you. A tall figure in a black cloak with a war scythe. And not, like when you used to harvest wheat. Like one of those anime-ass, too large. The blade is jagged and serrated. It has a pick on the other side of it. A trail of shadows comes from the scythe as it moves. And as this figure approaches you, it leaves after images like 1 second behind it as it marches towards you. Everything around you gets cold and turns to ice, and the figure raises its sight towards you, and then you're like, as you suck in sweet, precious oxygen. You're alive and awake. How much healing does he get from Revivify?
I think it only revives him.
Let's
So,
use the
like,
power of
1
D&D
point?
Beyond.
It's 1. I think it's 1.
Yeah.
It's
1 hit point.
Lilbork. Sorry, MeaThead. You're turned to 1 hit point, yes. This creature is shouting you in Elvish to submit and surrender, or you'll all die. And I want to point out that all 3 of you now occupy the same square with a horse.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It's real crowded down
crowded
there.
in there. I'm gonna try and drop Lyra behind me so that I'm in between Lyra, Gizmo, and
You want to stand in front of them, right?
guy up top, and I'm gonna say in Elvish, "That's fine. I want to talk to you about a franchise opportunity."
The franchise opportunity is you.
I mean, yeah, that is exactly. We're on the same page.
Are you doing anything else?
No, that's it. I'm just staying there with my hands up.
Gizmo, you're laying on the back of Ashe's horse. Your donkey is licking your face. You can breathe. Sweet, precious blood flows through your veins and arteries at the same time. You could see MeaThead is shouting in Elvish towards an elf who is also responding in Elvish. MeaThead has dropped his weapons
Where's
and is raising his hands over his head. You do not see Ashe.
I'm going to do cure wounds on me. 1d8 plus 3.
I have really bad news for you, MeaThead. As soon as Gizmo starts casting a spell, this guy freaks. Are you joking? You're literally like, instead of surrendering, maybe I'll just cast the spell. How is he going to know what spell you're casting? He blasts a lightning bolt that hits you and the donkey, and it hits all 3 of the mortals, and the donkey, and the immortal paladin horse.
Wait, but was I casting the spell on my turn?
Yes.
Okay.
So you get to roll for your...
Meager.
Is it a dex save?
It is a dex save.
Can I like choose to fail to give one of them advantage?
I will absolutely allow you to be like, Mr. President! Who is it? Is it the donkey? Is it the horse?
I mean, who's ever directly behind me? I don't know who that is.
You dropped Lyra somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, she was.
Am I still in this? I don't know where I'm
Yes,
at.
okay.
Because I was being lifted through the thing, and now I don't know.
Allow me
so
to
this-
outline what has happened. MeaThead is standing at the bottom of the ladder, raising his hands up to the sky. Something rhymes with high. Directly behind him, he has, as if bench pressing Lyra, dropped her like a sack of potatoes behind him after she got her health potion. She immediately stood up and cast Revivify on Gizmo, who was directly next to her, on Ashe's horse. All right? So the 3 of you and the horse are all crammed into a 5-foot square. On top of that, the donkey is licking Gizmo's face, blocking your exit.
Probably Lyra, since she's immediately behind me.
Very well. Please take disadvantage, Lyra. You get advantage, and Gizmo, same deal. Gonna need a spell save from you.
It was
Wait,
Dex, right?
Dex?
Dex, yes. Success.
And a 10 for me.
That's a fail.
That 20 was my first. The 10's my second.
Yep. You take 25. Everybody else takes 12.
I'm down.
So am I.
Hey, can I make the save for the horse?
Please do.
Uh,
I'm going to say I'm sorry they're new to this.
Please
Just give 'em a
also
chance.
roll for your donkey.
is it dex save?
Yes.
All right.
He shouts down to you in Elvish. Stop messing around I don't
I'm
have an
sorry.
unlimited supply of health potions.
I know. I apologize. I apologize.
He drops a set of manacles down and says, start cuffing yourself and then the others. I will come down with the health potion when you're done.
All right. So yeah, I'll do it in the order he says. I'll do myself and then I'll cuff the other two.
All right. Ashe, let's talk about you. This guy is still trying to push you to the ground and knock you out. And you're just like, nope, not gonna let this happen. It's not happening, guys.
I'm not getting knocked out. No, I'm
All right,
going to defend myself.
He throws a set of manacles in front of you and gestures for you to put them on while holding the sword menacingly towards you. Lightning begins crackling in his other hand. It's very Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I accept and I put the manacles on my feet, but or on my legs, or my hands, but kind of like as loose as I can do it without. Also...
Once you've got them on there, he gets in there and he cranks them into, you know, like when the cops are like, put the handcuffs on, and you're like, I'll just keep them loose, and then the cop comes over, and is like, click, 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 click.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen, these are the evil bad trout your mama warned you about. This ain't their first rodeo at taking slaves.
All right. Well, now we know they're evil. I mean, okay. Jeez. I mean, I thought maybe they were wearing the silver robes. Maybe they're all right.
Wow, Connor, you're gonna judge people by the color of their robes?
Well, I mean, something. You gotta judge. You gotta be able to estimate someone by something.
You didn't think ambushing you, sticking you in something that would definitely kill any normal mortal being?
Cloud kill, tentacles. And you're still like, hey, wait, guys.
I think they could be good. They're wearing silver robes, guys.
Wow.
Is that what you're called down to
I
be?
don't think they're really slavers. I think we just accidentally fell into these manacles.
Gizmo.
Yes, sir.
When you're awoken, you have a health potion being pushed down into you, a rapier at your throat, and through MeaThead, if MeaThead is willing to, he's saying in Elvish, you can cast healing magic, heal the woman, and then put these manacles on. Do you translate that, MeaThead?
Word for word.
Okay.
So
If you do anything this guy doesn't like, he's gonna stab you in the throat.
Like, don't. Hey, listen, man. Don't pull an Ashe because it sounds like they're still busy upstairs and it's not going well.
So you get 5 points of healing back.
Did you? I'm kind of groggy. Did you tell me don't be an Ashe?
Don't be an Ashe.
All right. Okay, 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and I mean, I'm pretty sure I can cast about 3 times. So I cast the Cure Wounds. Yep, 3 times. So this will be my second one. I'll do Cure Wounds on Lyra.
All right, Lyra, you wake up.
1d8.
There's a man holding a rapier to Gizmo's throat.
Lyra, you got 4 total.
Gizmo is currently slapping manacles on himself.
Like, hey, Lyra, put the bracelets on. I think it's a party.
What's going on?
I mean, pretty sure slavery or death. Hey, meatheads, heads up, the adventure never stops. Stay tuned to this channel
This
to
guy
see what kind of
turns
minds I
and
work on.
snaps the silver chain of your mirror off and stuffs it into a sack at his side.
But that's fair.
The man turns and gestures towards the manacles for you, Lyra.
Where did Ashe go?
He's still upstairs. It sounds like he finally got
When you
smart.
ask the question, he uses the pommel of the rapier to punch MeaThead in the face, and then gestures toward the manacles again.
I'll put the manacles on.
Okay.
Do I take damage for that?
Yeah, you take 1 point of damage.
You're down. Just kidding.
Hey, remember that time earlier where someone done a really small amount of damage to Connor and then it became significant later in the same episode?
No, it was Mick. It was Mick.
me. It was me.
Yeah.
Cat did 1
was
point.
amazing.
Cat did more tricks.
It would be so cool if that had happened
I
again.
think that was for a punch in the face too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so you all have manacles on. At this point, they begin drawing back black bags out of a sack and putting them over your heads and then tying them there so you can't see anything. You can also hear the general sound that weapons are being gathered up. Your spell component pouches, any arcane and magical stuff is being removed from you. And then you're being led into this facility. Some time later, the four of you have your hoods removed. And you wake up after having fallen asleep at some unknown point, all chained to a wall, in a chamber. Let me go get it. I didn't know I'd have to have my torture chamber ready this episode. Who thought we would get this far?
Well, how are we gonna survive that gas cloud? That was rough, man.
Yeah, it is rough.
Yeah.
That was a combination of alarm spell and invisibility from all the noise you were making.
Just walking here. Just walking.
You hear screaming coming from the next room over. Lots of screaming. Not like, oh god, ow, but like shrieking in horrifying pain shrieking. The room is something like this. There are numerous doors in and out. All of them are made out of wrought iron. Door to the north, 2 doors to the east, 1 to the south, and 1 to the west. All of you are, arms, legs, chained to the wall. No real ability to move around freely. It's dark. And Lyra, your headset has been removed, so you're now blind. The shrieking continues from the east.
Don't worry, guys. When they message me to check in to see how the show's going, I'll let them know what's going on. They'll send someone over. We can start negotiations. Maybe some of us get bought out of this. We probably all die miserably. But those are the breaks.
I didn't manage to get a word in edgewise with these people. Do you know why we're here?
Probably to be slaves. I feel like. Well, I'm an orc. How much would I know about drow?
I mean, the island that you live on has a connection to the Underdark, so you know that drow are filthy, evil elves who follow a satanic demon goddess. They love enslaving people and then taking them deeper into the Underdark to places they'll never escape, and then they die working to death.
I'm gonna say, hey Ashe, is this your first time leaving home? Have you not?
Never seen anyone take. This is my first time experiencing the Underdark. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, no, this is not good. I'll tell you that right now. This is not good.
I test the manacles. The manacles are still on us, right?
Yes.
So Ashe tests the manacles.
How testing? Are you testing like I'm gonna flex the hell out of these right now? Testing, or are you just like, how much can I move? Okay.
How much can I move? How much can I move?
I would like to go on a break, and when we come back, we're gonna see, we see Ashe starting to struggle against it. There's creaking noises. All of you can hear Ashe going, ah, ah. It's like a Dragon Ball Z episode happening here. And when we return, we're gonna find more about my first time enslaving a PC party. I don't know that this has ever happened before. Capturing a full party intact without anybody dead. Incredible. Please enjoy the break more than my players will, because I am sure that right now things are it's fucking wild. Fire noises.
Outside